Well, welcome everyone to the killer listing presentation. We've had a chance to at least introduce some of the attendees. I'm Glen Marino. I'm the Chief Strategist for Free Help for Illinois Real Estate Agents. I'm also the Business Development Manager for First Centennial Mortgage in Naperville. I've been doing this now for well over 12 years. Been teaching marketing classes, and I've developed a lot of great friendships. The Marino team, as I call it, consists of me. Then there's a branch manager called Tony Marino, my nephew. There is Tanya Reyes. She's a senior loan officer. We have Ben Rosales, which many of you may have spoken to Ben. You know, he's also our loan liaison person in the office, as well as we have our own processor named Blanca Flores. So it's quite a team. We've been together probably for 20 years, and we've been doing well. I thought that this would be a great class. We've done 12 previous classes. Starting over with this one would be a great beginning. If you're going to get in front of a referral, if you're going to get in front of a expired, if you're going to get in front of a for sale by owner, you got to have tools. You got to have, why would they choose you? What is your unique selling proposition? So that's what we're here today, is to go through the killer listing presentation and say, I've got something that's unique. I think this is something that's going to help sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. So we're going to get into that shortly. What I want you to start thinking in the back of your mind is, are you guys a green fish or are you a goldfish? I like being a green fish. I like being unique. If you're going to be like all the other agents in the pond, and you're just going to follow whatever they do, I think it's a tough business plan. And I'll give you an example of me. When I was in my younger days, when I was a loan officer, I used to call on the realtors, and I'd walk in with my rate sheet, and I'd call them up and say, hey, can I have 10 minutes of time? Can I share a cup of coffee with you? And lo and behold, some would give me time, and they'd give me, 10 minutes, and we would talk about, that I had FHA loans, and I had VA loans, and I had conventional loans, and that we could get closings done, quickly and great service. And then at the end, I saw where they would take my rate sheet and they put it into a stack with about 25 other rate sheets. And the light bulb went off, and I go, I am just one of 25 rate sheets. There's nothing unique about me. So that's when I decided to start learning about marketing and marketing for realtors, and I started paying it forward, where I offer these free marketing classes. It started out with one or two, and like I said, now I'm up to 12 different classes that I teach, and it's just fun. It's exciting. I like that, but it's made me unique. It's made me a green fish, and I want to do the same for you through the agent marketing software system that I'm going to give to you guys for free. Some of you have it, some haven't opened theirs up yet, but I offer it to you guys, free of charge. You need to make yourself a unique person out there, a unique realtor, something that makes you look different than the other agents. Again, going back to our agenda here, real quickly, again, some tools that I think you're going to need as this economy opens up. Do you guys know about the IDA program? For your buyers, it allows them to buy a home for as little as 1% of the purchase price. So for example, again, real quickly, there's 3 programs. One is a $6,000 grant. One is I call it the Crazy Good program. It's a $7,500 zero interest loan, zero interest, and no payments for 30 years or whenever you sell the house. So if you stay in the house for 20 years, you get $7,500. You get no payments for 20 years. And when you sell the house, pay back the Illinois Housing Development Authority $7,500 with no interest. It's crazy great. I love it. And then lastly, there's the $10,000 program. Very similar to the $7,500. It's a zero interest loan, but you pay principal back over 10 years. You pay $83.33 a month. I typically start out at the $10,000 level and work my way backwards if they don't need as much as $10,000. But if they've got if your client has $1,500 for, say, first month's rent, and has another $1,500 for security deposit, has $3,000, that $3,000 could theoretically buy a $300,000 home, because the only requirement that they have under this IDA program is that you come up with 1% of your own money, must have a 640 or better credit score, which is not that difficult. And the borrower, not the household, this is a new change, the borrower must make less than $106,920. Round numbers, $107,000. So again, let's say if the wife makes $100,000 and the husband makes $50,000, well, that's $150,000. It used to be the household made $150,000, they wouldn't qualify. But if we didn't use the husband's $50,000, we use the wife's $100,000, her $100,000 income would be less than $106,920. They would qualify. They could get up to $10,000 in down payment and closing cost assistance. And the wonderful thing is the interest rate, if they go FHA today, the rate is 3%. 3%. You get $10,000 and your interest rate on the first mortgage is only going to be 3%. I think that's amazing. So again, keep this in mind. Again, I'm going to real quickly show you how they can buy the house for as little as 1% of the purchase price. If you look here on this spreadsheet, which again, that flyer that you just saw, the IDA flyer, as well as this 3 buckets of cash needed for closing, if you guys want this and you want your picture and your contact information on it, because I staple the two together. I staple that flyer with the 6,000, 7,500, the 10,000. I staple it to this and I hand it out to as many people as I can. Because again, when they can go home and they can actually sit down with their spouse, with their friend, with their dad, their mom, their brother, their financial advisor, and they can show them how they could possibly buy a home for as little as 1%, it's a great, great day for them, rather than them verbally trying to remember what you told them. So here's an example of a $200,000 house doing 3.5% down, which is FHA, using of the 3 down payment assistance programs, $10,000. The average closing costs are about $5,000 on most real estate transactions. And there is a 1% origination fee with IDA. So now let's go through the rent versus purchase. If they have $1,500 in rent and $1,500 in security, they know they're going to be out of pocket $3,000. So they could go rent and own nothing. Or you can talk to them about, hey, there's 3 buckets of cash. Bucket 1 is down payment. The down payment you said was 3.5%. 3.5% of $200,000 is $7,000. Okay, remember we said they minimally, now again, they're going to say, Glenn, yin yang, this is 7,000 is way more than I have in the bank. I've got $3,000. I don't have 7. Show me a rental unit. Well, on second thought, we have to ask them, who pays for that 7,000? They, the borrower, have to come up with 1% of the purchase price per IDA. 1% of 200,000 is $2,000. The other 5,000 can come from your IDA bucket, from that 10,000. So take 5,000 out, put it in your first bucket. Now you got 2 and 5 is 7. Put a check mark. You got all the money you need for down payment. Second bucket is closing costs, and we said there was 5,000 in normal underwriting, credit report, title charges, recording fees. That's going to be about $5,000. And then there's another $2,000 for the origination fee. So you got $7,000 in closing costs. Again, the client's going to say, Glenn, Realtor, I don't have $7,000. You just used $2,000 of my $3,000 in the first bucket. I have $1,000 left. Sorry, this deal's never going to fly. Well, again, we're going to use the other $5,000 out of the IDA bucket. We had $10,000 in there. We used 5 in bucket number 1 for down payment. You got another 5 here for the closing costs. So then you, the realtor, you need to negotiate for the client that $2,000 the seller can give as a closing cost credit. If not, then the borrower will have to bring that additional $2,000. But let's make the assumption that you're able to raise up the purchase price by $2,000 and then ask the seller to give $2,000 in a closing cost credit. So again, the borrower under the closing costs would come up with 0, IDA 5,000, the seller 2,000, you got your 7,000 for all your closing costs. You're done with bucket number 2. Bucket 3, prepaids escrows. Escrows are for real estate taxes and homeowners. The good news is in the state of Illinois, we pay our real estate taxes 1 year behind. So in the year 2020, we don't pay those taxes until the year 2021. All of us know that on a sale, the seller has to give our buyer a real estate tax credit. So if we have a closing on July 31st, that means that the seller lived in the house for the first 7 months of 2020. Our buyer gets 7 months of real estate taxes as a credit. That credit always exceeds what we as lenders are going to ask them to put up into the escrow at closing. So this is a zero bucket. It's really a negative, but it's a zero bucket for the escrows because of the seller real estate tax credit. Bucket 2 is zero because you got Ida and the seller paying the closing costs. And bucket 1 is $2,000 because Ida's paying the remainder. So $2,000, 0 and 0 is $2,000. So let's go find buyers who have a 640 or better credit score, who also have borrower income less than $106,920. I know a lot of people, who make less than $106,920. With that in mind, I try to at least advise them that they have the ability to get up to $10,000. If they go FHA, they can get an interest rate as low as 3%. Bear in mind too, one last fact here, it goes all the way up to a purchase price of $331,000. So again, a lot of your clients, my clients, are buying for homes under $331,000. This is most appropriate. All right, no questions there, so let's move on. We looked at the 3 buckets of cash. Also, I want you to understand that in the MLS, in your remarks, if you have a listing, go back to the $331,000 maximum limit. If you have a listing under $331,000, wouldn't it make some sense to go into the remarks in the MLS, put double space down in the remarks, put double asterisks and say, the buyer of this home may, you're not guaranteeing, may be eligible for up to $10,000 in down payment assistance and could possibly purchase this home for as little as 1% of the purchase price, and double asterisks. You're not guaranteeing anything, but again, if I'm representing a buyer and I send them 5, 6, 7, 10 MLS listing sheets, and the one MLS listing sheet indicates that I could get $10,000, that I could possibly buy this home for as little as 1% of the purchase price, I might want to know more information. So I'm just advising you as you go forward, make sure that you look at your MLS remarks. And if it's under $331,000, contact me if you're unsure of the language, but you could put language into your MLS remarks that might just make your listing a little bit more attractive. The maximum conforming limit in 2020 is $510,400. The other thing I want you guys to work on for the remainder of 2020 is make the home buying experience an easier process with advanced technology. There's now something called Fcm Express. It is, and let me see if I can bring it up here. It is an app. Let's see if I can find it for us here. Here it is. It's an app that allows you to, if you go to your Google Play Store, your Android Play Store, or if you go to your iPhone App Store, look for Fcm Express with no space between Fcm and Express. And what it allows you to do is it allows you to stop your customer from shopping and possibly going to another realtor. If somebody says to you, I'm interested in going shopping for a home, one of the first things you're going to do is say, well, obviously you need to get pre-approved. What we typically do is we say, well, call one of my 3 lenders, or call Glenn, or call Tony, or call your favorite lender. Well, Glenn's teaching a class for a couple hours, and so all they can do is leave a message. Well, when I'm done, after a couple hours, I read emails, I listen to my messages, I call back, and the client is not available. They're not at their desk. So then another couple hours goes by. So 4 or 5 hours goes by before there's a connect. Why don't you, when they have this high desire to get pre-approved, to go out looking at a home, why don't you take your phone? Because if you download Fcm Express onto your phone, you'll have an icon on your phone. You'll press it. It opens up. It says, would you like to start an application, or would you like to share it? You as a realtor don't want to start an application. You're not doing a loan application. but you do want to click the share button. And with the share button, what you're going to do is you're then going to put in the phone number of the client, and within the speed of a text, the client now has the FCM Express app. They can then click start an application. They in turn can then takes maybe 10 minutes to fill out the online application. It will prompt them for what documents are needed to get pre-approved. Instead of waiting 4 or 5 hours to connect with a loan officer, they've got within 10 minutes, their loan application is done, and now they're working on uploading their income documents, their W-2s, their pay stubs, their tax returns, such that when the loan officer finally frees up, he sees that in their inbox, he's got another pre-approval to work on. He calls the customer and he says, welcomes them, and the excitement continues to roll forward. So again, from a technology point of view, let's not do it the old-fashioned way. Let's do it the way that it's easiest for our customer. Give them the FCM Express and get them going on pre-approval immediately. You're also, if you're not already receiving Agent Mastermind class invites for Tuesday at 11 a.m., please text me, put a comment in the chat box. Let me know that you're not on the list and that you would like to be on the list. Great information is on there, from how to do Facebook ads to how to get seller leads to how to use Evernote in your business. There's all sorts of really cool either technology tools that are brought forth there, or you're going to be talking to top realtors in the real estate market, talking about how they went from 2 or 3 listings to where they are today. You're going to receive, obviously, weekly Thursday live training, which you're on today. One of the things that we're also going to be looking at in the future here is how to create commercials to brand yourself with Facebook posts. What I mean by that is, if we look at this here, here's a good example of Facebook posts. We're not going to spend any real time on it because it's a whole class on it. But one of the things you guys may want to be looking at is routinely, as you go forward with your business, are you creating commercials? Just like when you're in front of a TV, don't you see that commercial about the beer commercial, or about Kleenex, or, you know, and are you prompted to buy the very first time you see the commercial? Probably not, but you see it again and again and again. And what I'm trying to help the realtors understand is a post is free. And if you post something like, hey, if given 10,000 today, would you buy a home tomorrow? That should be something that you do. It says, post this every Monday. And then wouldn't it be nice if every Tuesday you posted, would you like to buy a home for as little as 1% of the purchase price? And every one of these posts, by the way, has a blue link to a landing page that says, hey, if you want to find out how, click this link. If you want to find out how to buy a home for 1%, click this link. I help you build landing pages. When they click on it, it goes to a landing page. They fill in their name, email, phone number, and you now have a lead. Again, here's a really cool thing. How about on Wednesdays, getting some seller leads? Get a free report on the 90 things you can't neglect when selling your home. Would you like a copy of this free report? Click this link, put in your name, email, and phone number. Again, another thing on Thursday, what is your home worth? Would you like to know, in this hot spring, summer market with low interest rates, with record number of buyers interested in property, would you like to know what your home is worth if you're thinking of selling in the next 12 months? Different versions of that. On Friday, for those of you that have in your neighborhoods, in your spheres of influence, if you have 2, 3, or 4 unit buildings, how about buying a 4-unit building for only 3.5% down? I've been trying to get my daughter, who's she graduated 2 years ago from Indiana University, to buy a 4-unit. I at least got her to buy a condo. So at least she's dipping her toe in. She's going to be a real estate owner at the end of June. But here's a great way to start people off with real estate investment property, and for only 3.5% down. They have to own or occupy one of the units, but the other 3 units more than paid for their mortgage. All right, again, food for thought. We're going to go through this more slowly in a future class. But again, as part of your business thinking, what am I going to do differently the second half of 2020? That's what I'm trying to throw out there for you. Then we're going to learn how to create ads for your Facebook posts. Again, we'll take those posts that were free and we'll turn them into ads, and I'll show you how to be doing that. I'm also going to show you how to get 10 or more buyer leads for each of your listings and approximately 300 leads in a Facebook custom audience. Again, what I mean there is, let's take a quick peek at that. Here's a good example. It says, we're giving them enough information to tease them. It's a 6-bedroom, it's 3.5 baths, it's a beautiful 2-story gem, and it's in a must-see position. Open floor plan. Click the Learn More button down here for more pictures, the virtual tour, the price, and the location. Well, again, if I like this and I want to see more pictures, if I want to see the virtual tour, if I want to know what it's going listed for, I have to click the Learn More button. When I do, it goes to a property website that is a landing page. And if I land on that page, I've got it set up such that my Facebook pixel will then capture everybody that clicks that Learn More button. Whether they fill out my landing page or not, Facebook will capture them in what's called a custom audience. If I can capture 200-300 people, that gives me the ability to remarket to those 200 to 300 people that had an interest in a 6-bedroom, 3.5 bath in this beautiful neighborhood. So again, we'll go through that a little bit more slowly in a future class, but I just want to, again, have you start thinking, if I get a listing, I should be doing a Facebook ad, I should be doing it with a custom audience to each time capture. Just think of this, if you had 20 listings in a year, or let's make it easier, 24 listings, 2 a month, and you had 24 custom audiences with 200 to 300 people in it, that's a lot of people that were interested in real estate that you get to remarket to time and time and time again, because Facebook deletes custom audiences. So it's kind of a cool food for thought type of a thing. Okay, again, some more information that you're going to be receiving in the near future. We need to create videos and other video marketing strategies. We've got samples of that. If you look over here at YouTube, we've got videos of, here's Bill Uraski with HomeSmart. Home ownership just got easier with down payment assistance. We've got, here's Bev Callison. Is it really hard to get a home loan? Very amusing. Bev is fantastic. But again, if you guys are interested in doing videos, that's something that, again, you can put into the chat box. It's something that I love doing, will do with you. We probably have to be a little bit more socially distant at this point in time than Bev and I or Bill and I are right here. But we can still back up the camera a little bit, and we can still be 6 feet apart, and we can still do some very decent video that we can put out not only to your database, but we put it into your Facebook, we put it into your Twitter, and we put it into your YouTube. So again, very cool stuff that you should be doing as you move forward in 2020. Let's go. Then if you don't have a free CRM, if you guys have not taken your database could be, if you're new to the business, your database is the 200 people you would have invited to your wedding, to your son's wedding, to your daughter's wedding. It's everybody that's in your Gmail contacts. It's everybody that's in your MLS contacts. It's everybody that's in Yahoo, Hotmail. And you should be dripping on them, whether it's twice a month, once a month. But I've got 2 years of drip material for free that we download all of your contacts into what's called Follow My Clients. And then we drip on them twice a month. If that's too often, we'll drip on them once a month, and that's 4 years of drip material. So it's kind of a set it and forget it system, but it goes out under your email, not my email, your email. And so your people are getting an email from you. It does have your contact information, your logo, and I am co-branded at the bottom. First-time homebuyer seminars are something that we'll talk about in the future. Remind, it's a tool that you guys have within MLS. Yin Yan, at the very beginning of this session, we talked a little bit about her going out today on her bicycle, and she's got hundreds of door hangers that she's going to be putting on people's doors. She went into Remind with us. We found those people that had the high probability per Remind, not per us, not per union, but per Remind, they had the high probability of selling. Well, okay, that's kind of a cool thing. If you're a realtor, I'd like to know I'd like to know those people in my neighborhood we have a high probability of selling. And so then what we did was we went to, and let me show you an example of the door hanger. Here's the door hanger. Question, are you selling in the next 12 months? Check out the marketing materials already created for this seller. It's an example. It's got a beautiful picture of the front of the house. Obviously, it's got your business card on there. And then it has, you know, give your home great exposure. These are all the things I'm going to do. And then would you like to know what your home is worth? Click this link or go, you know, put that link into your browser. And then if necessary, give me a call, 630-624-0853. So again, thinking about what is it that you're going to do in the second half of 2020 is Remind strategy, is door hangers on people with high probabilities of selling. Is that something you should be thinking about? Going back to, again, what else can you be thinking about in 2020? You could do a low-tech postcard and distribute what is your home worth. We do postcards with realtors. We put the landing page of what is your home worth. When they land, it says, you know, please fill in your information. It has 3 screens. It's a great I call it the low-tech approach to marketing. If you were to print, let's say, 1,000 of these cards, they come 2 to a page. You have the printer cut them in half. Now you got 2,000 cards, and you peel off 200 at a time. That gives you what, 10 streets. Each 200 would be a street. Go up and down a street with 200. Do 100 on one side of the street, cross over with the dog and the coffee, and then, you know, walk back toward your home. And now you've distributed 200 of these postcards, finding out who in your neighborhood is interested in knowing what their home is worth. Very cool, low tech, very non-invasive approach to finding out who, you know, 2,000 people, who would like to know more of what their home is worth. Obviously, if they want to know what their home is worth, possibly they're thinking of selling and you need to introduce yourself. You could also have a loan officer, once open houses open up, at your open houses. Right now, we're just an assist like we are through Zoom. If you want to market to police, firemen, military, doctors, nurses, EMTs, teachers, one of our loan officers is former Army. She was a helicopter mechanic. Her name is Tanya Reyes. And what we do for our military, for doctors, nurses, anybody who's a first responder, in essence, we, in essence, pay for their appraisal, and we give them $7,500 in national merchant coupons. So if you have a nurse, a doctor, a teacher, policeman, fireman, military, by all means, think about, you know, bring him forth to Tanya, because we'll pay for the appraisal and we'll give them $7,500 worth of national merchant discount coupons from places like Costco, Bed Bath & Beyond, Target, places that you and I shop every week. Wouldn't it be nice to have discounts? And the discount coupons are good for 5 years. Also in the future, it's a class, should I be holding how about if you guys do seminars? Invite policemen, invite firemen, invite teachers to a luncheon that you sponsor, and I'll be the speaker. And it's, what are the benefits of owning your real estate in your individual name versus in a land trust? I can't tell you that, or I can tell you, every time I put on this presentation to policemen, every one of them says, I want privacy, I don't want people to know the address of where I live, and I want to avoid probate costs, court costs. This thing sells itself. You would be so welcomed to help educate buyers about what are the benefits of owning your property or titling it in a land trust versus in their individual names. But again, when I was a young man, when I had black hair instead of gray hair, there was no such thing as Google. Today, I can Google anybody. I can find out where people live because mortgage documents are public record. I can find how much you borrowed. I can find out where your address is. I can find out all this great information. In today's society, I'm not sure policemen and firemen and teachers really want people to know where they live. So anyway, those are some of the things that I wanted to bring to your attention that you'll be receiving in future classes. If there's anything that if you can't wait for those future classes, again, throw it into the chat box, throw it into a text or an email to me and say, hey, Glenn, I could use an hour of your time. Please give me a one-on-one. I do that all the time. Rob Ross and I were together yesterday for an hour working on some stuff. So feel free to just, contact me. It's what I love doing, is helping you guys grow your business, and we'll work on any of these ideas together. All right. We all came together today to learn more about the killer listing presentation, because it is the base of the pyramid. It is the building block, which again, when you get, if you go to market to expireds, if you go to market to FSBOs, if you get a referral, if you put out postcards in your neighborhood and say, what is your home worth, and you get responses, you need to, when you finally get that, I'm going to be able to go to their home and I'm going to be able to do a listing presentation. You got to have something that says, I'm going to win. You can't be just like the other realtors. So here's the scenario that we're going to build today. Assume that it's Glenn and Rose, my wife and I. Assume that we're selling our home, which we are. Assume that we're going to interview 3 different realtors, one on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday, and you are the Thursday night, 7 p.m. realtor. Cool. Okay. So then what we're going to do is we're going to follow the 7 steps under the killer listing presentation. And by the way, all these little handouts or little things that I bring up, I'm going to be sending to you guys after the class as attachments in the email, so that you guys can keep it in your library and refer to them again in the future. So again, for the killer listing presentation, there's 7 steps. The very first one says, email an e-postcard to the seller 7 hours prior to the meeting. Okay, well, you've got an appointment for Thursday at 7 p.m. with Glenn and Rose. Okay, 7 hours prior is noon. Okay, so at noontime, you're going to send out this e-postcard. And again, next class, I'm going to teach you how to create the property website. But one of the byproducts of the property website, because once you get good at the property websites, it'll take you maybe 20 minutes to create them. At first, it'll take you an hour. Or what you're going to do is you're going to sign up for the Elite program, which I'll talk to you about in a little bit. But the byproduct of creating a property website is the e-postcard. And again, what I do if I'm helping a realtor and they say, hey, Glenn, I'm going to be going on a listing presentation. Where can I find pictures of 10801 Crystal Spring Drive? Well, I say, well, first look in your MLS, because they may have been listed years ago and there might be pictures still out there. So they go in there and they say yes, no. We also look at the realty sites, realtor.com, Zillow, to see if there's any pictures out there. Sometimes yes, sometimes no. Last but not least, you take your cell phone and you drive out to 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. You take 6 pictures. Front of the house, back of the house, 2 side yard pictures, 2 street view pictures. Now you have 6 pictures. Through the class, and again, my classes are all recorded. If you don't want to wait until next week when we go through how to win every expired and we go through how to create a property website manually, you can go to my personal website. I believe it's up here. Let's take a look. Here it is. See this tab here called Recorded Realtor Marketing Classes? If you click on it, it's got all of the classes recorded. So today we're doing the killer listing presentation. Under class 2 is you're going to learn how to create the property website. But what I'm going to do today is I'm going to assume that we took 6 pictures, we uploaded the pictures, we followed the instructions in class number 2 on how to create the property website. Again, if you want to open up, if you have not already opened up your free agent marketing account, here's the tab right here. Open up your free agent marketing account, scroll down to create an account, and open it up for free. I highly encourage you. You can do everything, all these 12 classes that we're going to go through, all involve the agent marketing. It's not going to be a waste of your time. Besides that, it's not a waste of your money because it's costing you $0 per month, which is great. So anyway, let's assume that we've created 10801 Crystal Spring Drive, okay? And what we're looking for is the e-postcard. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to go to Okay, I'm going to have to log back into agent marketing. So let me just log in. Let's go to agent marketing. Let's log in. Okay. Put in our password. Okay. And we're logging in. Oh, because it's misspelled. Now let's log in. Okay, and so we're going to go to agents. We're going to go to my Laura Burns, which is my teaching site. And there's Laura Burns. Let's log into Laura. And what we're looking for here is once the property website has been created, we're going to go to properties, and we're going to go to the teaching one is the very last one here, page 7. And here's 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. What we're looking for on step 1 is to send out the e-postcard 7 hours prior. So we're going to click on Tools. Under Tools, think of it as being a table of contents of different things you can look at, send out. And we're going to scroll down under the Marketing Tools, and there's something called the Property e-card. So let's click it. And with that, we can change the color. I'm not wild about green, so I can go over here to the main color. I can say I'd like it to be more blue. Now I have it blue. I can also say I got a main image. I like some additional images. Okay, so I got some interior and some exterior photos that I've added. And so I now I'm ready to really send this out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to click the green send email button here. When I click that, it's going to go to the Realtor. So it's going to go to you. It's going to go into your inbox. What do you do when you want to forward something that came into your inbox? You click your forward button. And it leaves you a little white space. And then I've already, and I'll be sending this out to you, I already have a little script that I think that you guys should utilize. So with your first email under the killer listing presentation, it says, you have an appointment to meet the prospective sellers at 7 p.m. on Thursday night. 3 days prior, you take photos of the front, the back, 2 side yard, and 2 street view pictures. You create a property website for the prospective sellers. Great. On Thursday, 7 hours prior, say noontime, you send the e-postcard to the seller. The e-postcard is accessed by clicking the Tools tab, which we did, scrolling down to the e-postcard. Once you're viewing the e-card, click the Send button, that green Send button, and email it to yourself. Then access your emails, click Forward, and email the prospective seller with the following message. So in the white space, when you hit Forward, this is what you're going to say. Hi, this is Sally Agent. And I'm looking forward to our meeting tonight at 7 p.m. Below, I've already created for you an e-postcard that you can share with your family, your friends, and your business associates, letting them know your home is for sale. Please note that the pictures in the e-postcard are linked to a complete property website that I've already created for you. And we're going to look at that property website shortly. So it's pretty powerful. So if they click on any of those pictures, the front of the house, those interior photos, if they click on any of those photos, it's going to take them to the full property website. So take a look at it. I look forward to seeing you tonight at 7 p.m. to explain more of what I do to help sell your home. Kind of cool. So that goes off at noontime. So then what we're going to do is come back, and we're going to be looking at then step number 2. It says then email the text message number to the seller 5 hours prior to the meeting. Well, again, after you create the property website, taking 20 minutes, not only do you have the e-postcard, but the system has already created a unique text message number. In this case, it's 911404. It always goes to 79564. What is 79564? Well, agent marketing is located in California. The 79564 is the name of the computer. It's a big computer. It hosts thousands upon thousands. Because agent marketing is available to people from New York on the East Coast to California on the West Coast to Canada. I mean, they have literally hundreds of thousands of property websites on 79564. So it's always going there. The text number is always unique. And like I said, it's 911-404. You can also change it to a literal. If you didn't want a number, if you wanted to call it, again, if it's Crystal Spring Drive, and you wanted to change the text to Crystal, you could go in, there's a little button, says, what would you like to change it to? And you type in Crystal, and now that becomes your new text number. I would like everybody who's on the call, take out your cell phone right now, go to your message, as if you're doing a new text message. What I want you to do is in the text message where you're sending it to, not the message itself, but where you're sending it to, you're sending it to 79564. 79564, just like you see on the screen here. And then in the message box, I want you to type in 911404. 911404. And hit send. And we'll wait, a couple seconds for that. Because when you do, isn't it great? Your system, a free system, you're now creating what's called a mobile application for the seller to give out to potential buyers. Because there's going to be a sign writer, when you have agent marketing system, you're going to put a sign writer on all of your yard signs that say, for more information on this house, text Crystal or text 911404 to 79564. Kind of cool. I don't know about you, but I know that more people, as they drive around in nice weather, they're going to see your yard sign. They're going to see your phone number. So they have a choice. They're going to either call the realtor directly, or they're looking at your sign writer, and it's going to say, they're going to see your sign writer that says, for more information on this house, text 911404 to 79564. Well, I think that they're going to text more often than they're going to call the realtor. The cool thing is when they do text, you, the realtor, get a text and an email notification that this phone number just texted for information on your listing at 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. They're still sitting in the car. They just got that. So now that some of you have texted, I want you to look at, there should be some blue links. I want you to look at the one that says for PICS, P-I-C-S, and then it says, it has like an HTTPS, and then at the very end, it says .mobi, M-O-B-I. Click the blue link that says .mobi for PICS, then .mobi. Click that link. It'll bring up the full property website. And then there'll be, in the upper left corner, there's going to be like a stack of 3 lines. Click it. It'll open up to the property website. You'll be able to see the photo gallery, the virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, all sorts of great information. And now think of it. This is a seller, Glen and Rose, who has not met you yet. They've got an appointment with you at 7 p.m. But at noontime, they just got an e-postcard with their home, with additional photos, with a link to a full property website. And then at 2 o'clock in the afternoon, they get another email that says, hey, Glen and Rose, I've already created, in fact, this is what you're going to be putting into the email. Let's take a look at what you're saying in the email to Glen and Rose. In the second email, you're saying it's 2 hours later, it's about 2 o'clock in the afternoon, and you send a second email to the prospective sellers, Glen and Rose. You say, hi, this is Sally Agent again. I couldn't help myself. I created some more marketing materials to help you sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. I created a mobile version of your home's property website that downloads into smartphones. In the year 2020, consumers are buying more than 50% of their goods and services using their smartphones. Shoot, because of COVID-19, they're buying probably more than 50%. I buy everything through Amazon these days. Your home needs to be in mobile application using text messaging technology. Please text 911404 to 79564 to view how your home's complete property website would be downloaded into prospective buyer's phone for their review and for their enjoyment. This is huge. I look forward to seeing you tonight at 7 p.m. to explain more of what I do to help sell your home. See you then. This will help each of you win more listing presentations. I guarantee you the realtor that was there on Wednesday night and the realtor that comes on Friday night, they are not coming with a mobile application already created with the seller's home already inside the mobile application. So again, huge warming of the door. They now have an e-postcard. They have a mobile application of their home. It's now 7 o'clock. You ring the doorbell. My wife answers the phone or answers the door. What she's gonna say, you're the realtor that sent that e-postcard. You're the one that sent that beautiful mobile application. Sit down at the table. She's Italian. She's gonna feed you a pasta meal first. She's gonna love, love, love you. And then after you finish, she's gonna let you make your presentation. So then what we're gonna do is we're gonna go back over here and we're gonna take a look at step number 3. So now what you're gonna do is, it's 7 o'clock, you finished your pasta meal, you're now gonna be prepared to present your flipbook presentation, which is in essence your listing presentation. I know that it's 17 pages and we're gonna go through it very quickly here. There's nothing you need to do to create it. It's already created. When you created the property website, it created the e-postcard for you, it created the mobile application for you, it created the flipbook that we're about to go through. So let's now take a look at how do we get to that flipbook. So we're going to go back again to agent marketing. And under agent marketing, you get to the flipbook, you're going to go to tools. This is the property website we created. You're going to click tools. Remember we scrolled down and we went to the e-postcard. Look what's right up above. It's called the listing presentation. That's our flipbook. And again, some of you are new in the business. Some of you are looking for a listing presentation. Some of you have a listing presentation already from your company. I'm not saying that this replaces it. This could be a supplement to it. This is 17 pages long. I've got realtors that have made it 25 pages long because it's totally modifiable. I've had others say, Glenn, I don't like some of the pages. I want to make it 15 pages long. That again is totally up to you. You can do whatever you like with the flipbook. But let's take a look at it. You're now sitting down in front of them. A couple of things to note. One, make sure that your cell phone can be turned into a Wi-Fi hotspot. I mean, I'm with T-Mobile, my phone at any point in time, as long as I have cell phone connectivity, which, when you're at people's homes, you'll have cell phone connectivity. I don't expect when I walk into someone's home that they're going to say, oh, my Wi-Fi password is this. Let me let you connect you to my home's Wi-Fi. That's not going to come off their lips. So your iPad, your laptop needs to be set up and your cell phone set up for a Wi-Fi hotspot. Connect your cell phone to your laptop and away you go. Okay. The other thing is I want you to look at this print PDF button in the upper right corner here. Your presentation that we're about to go through is 17 pages of wow sitting on a laptop. And what happens when you leave? You shut the top of the laptop, you put it in your briefcase, and you walk out. Thus, the wow walks out, unless you print the 17 pages as a PDF and you leave it behind. They're gonna go, wow, 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 this is really great. Leave the wow on the table for them to review because there was a realtor yesterday, and there's a realtor tomorrow that's coming, and you want to make sure that your wow still stays fresh in their mind. So please print the PDF. So let's go to the listing presentation. Let's click on it. And it's a 17-page flipbook. The very first picture is their home. This is not a sample. This is their home. It comes from the property website. You will have uploaded, whether it's 6 pictures or whether there were 25 pictures in the MLS, you will have uploaded them. And so they're looking at pictures. You will have reviewed this. You're a professional. You would have been prepared for your presentation to them. So they're going to be looking at pictures. You're going to be looking at the reading, the text, so that you can be a very effective and enunciate and give enthusiasm in your voice that says, the goal of my online marketing strategy, Glenn and Rose, is to create demand amongst multiple qualified buyers so they compete to buy your home. Glenn and Rose are going, yeah, that's our home. It's cool. Then you're going to say, Glenn and Rose, the core of my marketing strategy is building you your own custom property website with its unique website address, Buyers can have direct access to HD photos and information about your property, your home. Glen and Rose, let me show you a sample of what I've already created. So you will click the sample button and it's going to come over here. And they're going to go, wow, gallery, virtual tour, maps, payment information, more info, brochures. And so you're going to go through the tabs and you're going to say, Glen and Rose, I've already, the key with agent marketing, the key with your listing presentation, unlike the Realtor on Wednesday, the Realtor on, you've already created marketing materials. Everybody else, the Wednesday, Friday, they're saying, and if you should sign our listing agreement, this is what we're going to do. You're no longer a going to do person. You've already created. You know, you're a step ahead of them. She's saying, I've already created this really cool photo gallery. And so again, they can go through the photo gallery. You'll go through some of the pictures with them, you know, backyard, side yard pictures, beautiful foyer picture from, and notice if, depending upon, this is a $2.2 million listing. This realtor captioned every one of the pictures, the dining room on the main level, hardwood floors, and a beautiful view of the front yard. You know, did all the captioning, great. I mean, I don't recommend that you have to do that with all of your listings, but for those that are more meaningful, you might do that. Or you might wait until it becomes your listing presentation and then put the captions in there. Okay, so you're gonna go, you're gonna say, okay, I've got this cool photo gallery. I've also created this great virtual tour. So when you click on virtual tour, and I don't know if you guys can hear the music, because I did not click the button in Zoom that says listen to the music that's playing on here, but it's actually playing one of 125 different pieces of music. So it's a very cool virtual tour that you've already created for them with music. Going back up to the top, you're going to tell them, and I've also created this really cool property map. The property map is going to show their home in case they say, you know what, I like this home virtually enough that I want to drive out to the neighborhood. I want to see what's around. I want to see if the neighborhood is clean and respectable. I want to see what the neighbor next door what their home looks like. So again, if they want to get a map of how to get to your listing, all they do is put in their phone number here. They click send the map to the person who wants the map. They're going to get it downloaded into their cell phone. It'll be a MapQuest, direction, turn left, turn right, do this, do that. You, in the meantime, when they hit send map, you're going to get an email and a text message that says this phone number just asked for directions to your listing at 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. What are you going to do? You're going to call their phone number and introduce yourself and say, would you like me to meet you out there? Perhaps you're going to like it well enough that you would like a showing. So again, kind of a cool thing. Not only does Matt have a property map, but there's also what's called an aerial view. Aerial view is like flying around in a helicopter. And Glen and Rose, this is your home, correct? You say, yes, it is. Well, notice the mouse. I've got it in the trees here. I'm going around in a circle. Notice it looks like a baseball mitt. It's a hand. And what it allows you to do is when you left click, you can start to fly around the neighborhood. Just drag the image around and go, oh, another nice big home. Oh, another. What you're trying to do is you're trying to see whether or not is this home that I'm looking at virtually, am I the white elephant in the neighborhood, or am I in a residential area where all of the homes are similar size, similar value, etc. So this is kind of a cool thing, is to look around the neighborhood and fly around as if you're in a helicopter. Glen and Rose, I've also already created what's called a street view for you. Street view is going to put me into a virtual car at street level. I'm not going to necessarily drive around today in it, but I usually take this little compass here in the right corner, and I'll circle around, because again, here's your virtual car. You could drive around it if you want. But what I'm more interested in is, how's the neighbors? Are they cutting the grass? Do they have any junk cars, up on milk crates? Do they cut their lawn? Do they have crabgrass? Do they have dandelions? I mean, you're making some judgments about the neighborhood by being able to be at street level versus up in a helicopter flying around. So it looks like a pretty cool neighborhood. Okay, Glen and Rose. In addition to the maps, I've got payment information, which again, I won't click on it today, but it's going to show 30-year fixed rates. It's going to show 15-year, a 5/1 ARM. These are going to be jumbo loans. So again, they're going to get some payment information so buyers in the internet can say, oh, the payment per month is X. That's within my budget. This seems very reasonable. More information tab, find out more. Glen and Rose, I already have a sheet within your property website that allows people to put in their contact information and let me know that they would like more information about this property. So for example, their message down below might be, I saw the first floor, I saw the second floor. Is there a basement? Is the basement finished or unfinished? How tall are the ceilings? They're basically trying to get an idea, is it livable space or is it really just going to be storage? So again, they can then, best time to call, they have to solve the word puzzle down here, box top, hit send message, it goes to the realtor, and the realtor then in essence will be able to get back to them and give them an answer. Glen and Rose, I also have a documents tab. In your documents tab, I have a plat of survey already of your home, so people can see, you know, the boundary lines, and if they wanted to put a deck on or if they wanted to add to the house, they can see where the easements are. I have a subdivision rendering. If there was a home warranty, you can add unlimited number of documents. If this was a condo, you could put condo decks and bylaws in here, seller representations in here. You can put anything and everything into documents. Glen and Rose, area schools. What I've done for you, Glen and Rose, is I have plotted all of the area schools. Here is your home right here in the middle in this blue dot. And then here are all the different schools that are in this particular area. For example, if we were to click on this here, we would see these are all of the schools in the particular area, Carl Sandburg. Notice they're all blue links. Notice that we could click on the link, we would go to that school's website, we would know when does school begin, when is spring break, what is their mission statement, you know, are they a college preparatory school, are they a Montessori school, all the things that parents are concerned about, they could get a good understanding from looking at all these different schools. They're going to be everything from private schools to public schools to grades 9 through 12. They're going to be elementary schools. They're going to be middle schools. So again, you know, feel free to let them click on that link. Glen and Rose. In addition to area schools, I have city demographics. I'm not going to click on it right here, class. But when you click on it, it goes to the Census Bureau information. It's going to talk about around 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. It's going to give the average age. If I had young children with little red wagons, I'm looking for a younger population. I'm looking for, you know, people that are, you know, 24 to you know, 42 that have young children with their little red wagons that my kids can make friends with. But if all of a sudden I click on the area city demographics and it says the average age is 55, well, my kids are not, you know, they're going to be able to visit people that look like grandma and grandpa, but they're not necessarily going to be their best friends and have friends in the neighborhood. So again, kind of a cool thing to have that, Glen and Rose, in your property website. Last but not least, Glen and Rose, I have 9 different brochures. And this is just one of the 9. This happens to be your home. It has the number of bedrooms and baths. It has the purchase price. It has your mobile application, 911404. It says, this is unbelievable. It has my contact information. What I would do, and again, I won't do it right now, but at the listing presentation, there's 9 different brochures, 9. What I would do, and it's an upcoming step, is I will go to it. I want to show you where all of them are. There's 9 different brochures. I would print every one of those 9 brochures. How about the Realtor on Wednesday? How about the Realtor on Friday? Did they come to the listing presentation with 9 different brochures? Did they fan those out? Did they go to Office Max and buy a ream of paper with 200 sheets of paper, put the ream on the table, and on top of it, as you went up to the cashier at Office Max, you passed by photograph paper, Right next to photograph paper, there's something called brochure paper. It's nice and shiny, thin, but boy, does it make the colors pop on a brochure. I'm going after, this is 2.2 million, I'm going after a $300,000 listing. I'm going after a $400,000, I'm going after a $500,000 listing. I want to put my best foot forward. I'm going to buy a package of 30 brochure sheets. I'm going to put 9 sheets in the printer, and I'm going to print 9 different beautiful, glossy brochures. I'm going to fan them out, and I'm going to say, Glenn and Rose, it's important to me that you know that I've created 9 brochures for you. But more important to me, I want to know which one you want featured, because only one of the brochures gets featured on the property website. And which one do you want in your circular tube out front on the front lawn, where as people pass by, they can take a brochure? Let them be part, let Glenn and Rose be part of the process. So Glenn and Rose say, oh, it's number 5. But let's take a look at where are the 9 different brochures? So again, if we go back to agent marketing, I will get there eventually. Here it is. So if we go back here to our property, I'll go back one more to properties. So again, we want to get to 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. Okay, and now that we're there, we're going to go to tools. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to where it says property flyers. Remember we were here, listing presentation, 17-page flipbook. We printed the PDF. Remember we did the property e-card. Now we're just coming up here to property flyers. And under property flyers, what you can do is where it says, we're under edit right now, click select a design. There's layout 1, layout 2, layout 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and an open house flyer. Okay, they're already done for you. You don't need to pay somebody else or buy a subscription to do flyers for your listings. They're already done. If you happen to say, you know what, I really like, and I'm just making this up, I really like flyer number 5. So you're going to click on 5, and then 5 is going to materialize down here, and you would then save this with the green button here, and that would now be your flyer. But here's what I'm saying. I'm saying click 1 and then print it. I'm saying click 2 and print it, 3, print it, 4. Click each one of these and print them on that high glossy flyer brochure paper. Put it on top of a ream of paper, and now engage Glenn and Rose in the process of picking out the one that should be on their property, and not the one that you select, the one they select. Again, really hard to choose another realtor when all of a sudden you're giving them choices on how to market their home. I think it's a big plus. Okay, so let's go back again to our killer listing presentation. So we just did the flip book. I'm going to come back to these property business cards in a second. We just did print the brochures and give them a ream of paper. Okay, that makes lots of sense to me. We're going to do all 9 of them and a ream of paper. You can also do this. You can also create 30 property business cards. It's a little techy. I'll go through it real quickly. Not critical, but again, if it's, you feel like you're going to be competing to get this and you want just another marketing tool to show them, create property business cards. It's going to have the name of their property website on there. It's going to have their text message number, 911404, and it's going to have the picture of the front of the house. So let me just bring it up for you and show you how we create that. So if we go over here, okay, here's our template, and I'll be sending this to you. So the first thing we really want to do is we want to get the name of the property website. So we go back over here to agent. There's 3 things here: the name of the property website, a picture of the front of the house, and some text information. So what we're going to do here is, the first thing I'm going to do is get the picture of the front of the house. So I'm left clicking inside, and you notice these little blue sizers come out. And so the computer's saying, I'm only going to pay attention to the next command inside those blue sizers. I'm going to hit the delete button and it's going to go away. Boom. So now I want to replace that with today's presentation. It's 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. So I'm going to go over here. I'm going to go to my property. I'm going to return to my property. I'm going to go all the way over to my list. In fact, I'm looking for the property website itself. It might be up. Here it is. So here's the property website for 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go to the photo gallery. And I'm looking for the front of the house. Here's the front of the house. What I'm going to do is I'm going to right click. And what I'm going to be doing is see where it says copy the image. I'm going into a Word document. That template where we're going to create these property business cards is a Word document. So I'm just going to say copy the image. So copy. I'm then going to go back over here to my Word document, my template. And where I deleted the picture, I'm see the little blinking cursor there. I'm going to go right click and paste. And with that, someone's going to say, Glenn, that is not the front of the house. But when I left click again, you can see that it's a huge picture. And all I really have to do is I have to then start to downsize it by grabbing the corner. I'm grabbing this corner and start making it fit into the box. So all I'm doing is just dragging, making that picture smaller. Here, I'll start from the corner down here now and drag it up. We're starting to see the roof line, almost there. Okay, and again, I've got now the picture of the front of the house. Second thing I want to do is I want to get the name of the property website. This was yesterday. Now look at this, it's bold. It's a certain font size. So what I've learned is if you just copy paste, you could be copying pasting 18 pitch into an area that you want 9 pitch. So what I do is I put my cursor at the far back end where it says .com and I hit my backspace key. And so notice it starts to erase the name of yesterday's website, but I'm going to leave the first H in place. That's going to make sure I keep the bolding. That's going to make sure that I keep the font size the right size. So then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to agent marketing. I'm going to get the name of the website. So if I go back here, here's the website, right? The property website for 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. If I copy, and again, you would not be wrong if you took the whole thing, but I know that only through .com is necessary. So I'm going to take from .com to 10801. I'm going to copy it. I'm going to go back over here to my Word template. And I'm going to paste. By the way, if you see a crossbar like you see right now on the screen, crosses, that means move. Don't click when it's a crossbar because it will move things on you. And then you're going to start speaking in French languages and all sorts of other languages other than this looks really cool and neat. And so rather than getting frustrated, wait till it's a straight up and down, right click, paste. Okay. And again, remove the first H. And because it's a Word document, its font size is a little too big. So I'm going to highlight it. It's 11 pitch. I want to make it say that's 9, that's 10. 9 makes it. And then I'm going to do, let's see if I can still make it with bold. Oh, I can if I just get rid of that /. It doesn't, I'll do it differently. I'm not gonna mess with it. I won't go with the bold right now. Okay, so now we have the name of the website up here. We got the picture. And so now I'm in the text box here. In the text box, that was yesterday's work. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put in here, this is 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. And I believe it's in Orland Park. And whatever the zip code is, it was a 6-bedroom. It was 5 baths. It was a 3-car garage. Again, whatever the square footage is, we'll look it up later. Let's say that it's 5,000 square feet, built in 1977. If it wasn't expired, which you'll learn next week, we would say call for price. In this case, we happen to have a price, 2.2 million. If it's your listing presentation, I'll be honest with you, I would not put in a price. I would put in call for price, only because you have not done a CMA. So rather than bias them with a price, they may focus on your price and just zone you out on what your marketing is all about. Your property website next week, you will see we're not going to put a price in until you win the listing agreement. And then last but not least, for the text message, remember it was 911-404, so this becomes 911-404, and now you have a complete one of 30 gum labels. These are going to be gum labels. You're going to be sticking these on the back side of your business card. So you're going to take out your business card, you're going to flip it over, and what you do here now to make 30 of them is you're going to put your cursor in the upper left corner. You're going to go across and highlight the name of the website. Then you're going to start to come down, and now you've highlighted the picture, and then you're going to highlight the text box. Cool. With that, you're then going to go Control-C to capture it, copy it, and then what you're going to do is you're going to highlight go to the third column and highlight the 10 spaces. Okay, then right-click and paste, and all of your stickers will go in there. Go to the middle column, highlight the 10 again. Any one of these you can right-click in and paste, and there goes all of those again. Then go into the first column. You got the 2nd through the 10th sticker. Anywhere in here, right-click, paste, and now you have all of your stickers. This goes onto a Avery label. It's known as a 5614 Avery label, and you put that into the printer. You ask the printer to print this. It'll print right onto the Avery label that you put in there. And now what you do is you'll be able to pull these off, put them on the back side of your business card. If you want to give out 30 of them, you can. If you want to give out a dozen, you can. It's up to you. But at your listing presentation, going back to your killer listing presentation, at the killer listing presentation, give out, put a nice rubber band on them or put a ribbon on them, and then say to Glen and Rose, I also want to let you know that I've already, remember you're in this already created mode, I've already created property business cards for you. Obviously the backside has your picture, your contact information, but it's all about them, not about you. And so what you're doing is you're saying, Glen and Rose, notice I got the front picture of your house. Notice I've got the property website. Notice we've gone through that mobile application I've created. It's got your bedrooms and bathrooms and square footage. Please feel free to hand these out to family, to friends, to business associates, letting them know that your home is for sale. What are they really doing? They're also advertising you because you're on the other side. And they're handing you out to their family, to their friends, and to their business associates. And obviously you can leave them with, and I can prepare for you in increments of 30 at a time. Let me know if you want 30 more, 60 more, 90 more. I'd be more than happy to create more of these property business cards for you. We did the flyers, all 9 of them. Glen and Rose, I also want to let you know that I've already created what's called a hits report. If you're going to be in the internet, if we're going to be marketing you in Facebook, Twitter, and LinkedIn, if we're going to be looking at, we want to find out where or who's clicking on what pages of your property website. The top part of this This is just an example. This says there were 661 unique visitors. Obviously, number 2 here, pictures, that says 67 people clicked on photo gallery. The virtual tour, 153 people clicked on that. Then go back over here to flyers, 28 clicks. So that means 28 people clicked on flyers, possibly downloading them and printing them for future reference to go back to. The middle section here talks about the realty sites and the social media sites that they found it in. Was it in Facebook, Twitter, or LinkedIn? Was it in Google? Was it a text message? Where was this found? And last but not least, in Craigslist, how many people viewed the Craigslist posting? With that, you're also going to be able to tell them, I also will produce what's called a Facebook listing page, Glenn and Rose. It's going to have a featured room of your house. Rose, what is a featured room in your house? And Rose would say, well, it's my kitchen. It's where family gathers. It's where friends gather. I love cooking. Great. Then I'm going to put your kitchen as the cover image. I'll put the front of the house here as your profile picture. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to post 3 things on here. I'm going to post first your full property website with photo gallery, virtual tour, what's nearby in the neighborhood, brochures. That's all going to be in the first post. The second post is how to get pre-approved for free on this particular home. And the third one's going to be your virtual tour that automatically is created when you create the property website. You automatically get a virtual tour that can be put into the Realtor's YouTube channel. Okay, so you will have created this. You'll say, this is the only thing I haven't created in advance. Should you decide that I've met or exceeded your expectations, this is what I would create. The one thing that we haven't completed was this thing here, the flipbook presentation. Let's take a look at what the flipbook, the 17 pages, is all about. We started with going through the full property website, okay? And so you hit that sample button on the second one here, and we went through the property website. Here you are in your listing presentation. You're in your 3rd of 17 flips. You're saying, Glenn and Rose, I, your rockstar agent, I'll produce a full motion virtual tour that will be featured on your website, because one of the buttons says virtual tour. And I'll also broadcast it out to key real estate sites, such as Zillow, Trulia, Redfin, and others. Glenn and Rose. HD, here, there's going to be 2 points in the 17-page flipbook where you're going to stop and demonstrate your techiness. This is one of them. So if you want to make a note here, note that it's slide 4. Because in here, you're going to take out your cell phone and show them how techy you are. You're going to say, Glenn and Rose, if you desire, I, your rockstar agent, I'll produce a panoramic tour for the main rooms of your property. It's a dynamic way to give depth and perspective to your home, allowing buyers to imagine living there. And again, if I was in front of you, I would be taking out my camera right now. I would hold it horizontal, not vertical, but horizontal, the wide width wide. And I would go 180 degrees from one arm to the other arm. And I would, if I was in their kitchen or their dining room, let's say I'm in their kitchen, I would start going around the room and I'd start saying, and this is the stainless steel appliances, and this is the glass beveled cabinetry, and this is the entrance to the dining room, and this is the entrance to the butler's pantry. And I'd stop. And just like anytime you take a photo on your phone, you have a little preview at the bottom right corner. You would open it up and you would then show to your client, Glenn and Rose, that this was a panoramic view of their kitchen. From the stainless steel appliances to the glass beveled cabinetry to the entrance to the butler's pantry. And you would say, Glenn and Rose, I can produce panoramic views of any room of the house. Other than your kitchen, Rose, is there any other rooms? Like, is there a wine cellar? Is there a beautiful rose garden outside? Is there a master bedroom or bathroom? Is it something that you would like to highlight in panoramic mode? Well, again, every one of your phones, if you don't know it already, your phone comes with a panoramic mode. So all you do prior to the listing presentation is take your phone, put it in panoramic mode, and be prepared when you get to slide 4 to demonstrate. Do it a couple times before you meet with a client. Make sure you're proficient at it, and show them how their kitchen would look in pano mode. Show them what their master bathroom would look like in pano mode. Okay, so that's one of the slides where you're going to demonstrate your techiness. Slide number 5 says aerial photo and mapping. Glen Rose, another key features is pinpoint mapping with bird's eye aerial views from Bing and Google Street Views. These tools give buyers valuable information about your property and the surrounding area. Well, again, when you demonstrated that property website, you were flying around the neighborhood. You're reminding them that that is something that you're going to make available to them. Glen Rose, this is where you're going to stop, and you're going to demonstrate your techiness again. It says, Glen Rose, I've already reserved a unique text code for your home. I've created this really cool mobile application. Buyers can text to receive photos and information on their phone, and I'll receive a text, and I, your rockstar agent, I'll follow up with them. Now, this is my teaching example. It has the number 1 in it. However, every time you guys create a property website, you can be guaranteed your flip book will have the text number right in the flip book. So again, when you get to this page, you're just like I made you guys stop in the middle of this class today. You ask them, Glen Rose, would you please take out your cell phone? Yes, you might have emailed it to them at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on Thursday, but maybe they were busy. Maybe they were at work. Maybe they didn't have time. And what you're going to do, you're going to say, Glen Rose, I'd like to demonstrate this mobile application that we've already created. Please go to your text messages. Please go to the number you want to send it to is 79564, and the message is 911404. Watch for the big wow. Tell them to click the .mobi blue link, and all of a sudden they're going to have the full property website sitting on their phone. That's going to be pretty doggone impressive. Again, slide 4, slide 6, those are the 2 where you demonstrate your techiness. Glen Rose. Today's tech-savvy consumer can scan this QR code to get photos and details about your property. We'll produce a separate QR code to track responses from various media that we use. Well, agent marketing, again, if the byproduct, it doesn't take you any time to create them, they automatically create 2 QR codes. Not that I'm a big believer in the QR codes, because again, you could use it for newspaper print. If you want to advertise your client's home in a Realtor magazine, you could put a QR code in there to save words. You could say, to see all the beauty of this beautiful home, to see its many features, scan this QR code and make the property website come alive. Or when they do scan the QR code, it will come alive in their phone, and they'll be able to see the full property website as if they had texted 911-404 to 79564. It's because as I get older, the buyers and sellers get younger, and they want to see that you're techie. It's a touch point. Not that you're necessarily going to be using it, but by the mere fact that you have it, it sticks in their mind that, oh my God, my realtor even uses QR codes. Kind of cool. Glen Rose. Custom signage. I produce a color sign produced specifically to promote your home. It features your text code, okay, 911-404, your QR code, and your property website address. And just so you know, the website address typically is the address of their home. So if it's 10801 Crystal Spring Drive, it's going to be www.10801crystalspringdrive. And then you have 25 different subdomains to pick from. canbeyours.com, greatluxuryhome.com, honeystopthecar.com. There's all sorts of subdomains, but the lead-in is the address of the property, which again, a lot of sellers love, love, love that, because when they want to give it out, or they want to talk about their home, or they go to a party over the weekend, they can say, oh yeah, you can see my home that's for sale. They know the address of their home. It's www.10801crystalspringdrive.canbeyours.com. Drive-by buyers get instant information with a quick scan or text. There's a lot of realtors that are not using sign writers. The software I give to you is free. So you're creating this cool property website. Wouldn't it be great if on your yard sign, you guys went, and you have to purchase the sign writer from Agent Marketing. I think it's $17.99. And what you're doing is you got almost a dozen different designs to pick from. Pick one. The big thing is make sure your text number is really big. The very first one here, I wouldn't choose, because I want my text number as big as possible, because as people drive up from curbside, I want them to see from the middle of the lawn my text number. I want them to text, because when they text, I, the realtor, will get an email and a text message while they're still sitting at the curb, while they're looking at the front of the house and, the kitchen and the bedrooms and the bathrooms. I can be calling them and introducing myself and seeing if they would like a showing of that particular home. So attached sign writers is the point here to your yard signs, and you can purchase them right, with a shopping cart right here within Agent Marketing. Glen and Rose. I've also produced 9 different color flyers for buyers. Buyers can download and print a flyer about your property directly from your property website. It includes the text codes. They can quickly retrieve more photos and details on their phone. Glen and Rose, I've already showed you 9 different brochures, flyers. You've already selected flyer number 5. That's the one we're going to feature on your property website. We're also going to print multiple copies of that and put it into the tube outside. Should you ever run low, that's why I gave you that ream of 200 sheets of paper. Please put it into a color printer and print as many of the brochures and stick them into the circular tube in your front lawn. Glen and Rose. I'm going to be broadcasting your property into various sites, both realty and social. Since 90% of the home buyers start their search online, I, your rockstar agent, I will market your property on key real estate sites, including Zillow, Trulia, and many more. Your listing will also be featured on eLookyLoo. So again, they're looking at all the different places where you're going to be putting their property website on realty sites. Glen and Rose, Google, #1 search engine. Through strategic use of meta tags, keywords, and unique SEO page coding just for your home, I, your rockstar agent, will help get your property website ranked high within Google searches. You gotta remember, agent marketing is nationwide, New York to California. They got hundreds of thousands of websites out there. And because of that, they get lots of what's called spiders. They get lots of strength that when it's an agent marketing property website, when people put in, I'm looking for homes in Naperville, Illinois, they're going to find homes, they're going to find property websites from agent marketing, and I can show you how to get your listing higher ranked within Google with something called property blogging. Glen and Rose, your home is on YouTube. YouTube is the second largest search engine, so it's critical that your home is featured on this channel. Your video will be on YouTube within hours after you sign my listing agreement. Another side note here, YouTube. If you as a realtor have 2 listings a month, 24 in a year, what is the highest form of branding in the internet? Well, it's video. Wouldn't you love a system that automatically, when you put a listing into the MLS, wouldn't it be nice if agent marketing automatically pulled it out, synced it out of the MLS, created a property website for you? Wouldn't it be nice if agent marketing automatically then created a virtual tour and automatically put it into your YouTube channel? What if you had 24 videos in your YouTube channel and you did nothing to do it other than signed up with agent marketing and put your account on automatic creation? Let's think about it. Don't do agent marketing, don't do automatic video creation, putting them into your YouTube, and you'll have 0 videos in YouTube. On the contrary, set it up for auto creation, and now you'll have 24 videos in your YouTube channel at the end of the year. YouTube is owned by Google. So if all of a sudden somebody goes to Google and says, I'm looking for a realtor in Naperville, Illinois, I'm moving to Naperville, I'm looking for a realtor, and Google is going to search different areas, including its wholly owned subsidiary called YouTube, and it finds, hey, this realtor has 24 videos in Naperville, Illinois. They're going to give us an answer, go to Sally Schwartz's YouTube channel as an answer. Person's going to click on it and see all these different videos and say, this person does a heck of a job in Naperville. She's been doing virtual tours of different homes in Naperville. I think I might need to contact her. Again, it's branding you and allowing technology to get you not only a property website, but to also get you into YouTube, into your channel. Your channel is your account, getting videos into your account that makes you branded, makes you alive, makes you found in YouTube and in Google searches. Glenn and Rose, we're going to tap into social networking. I, your rockstar agent, going to make it easy for viewers to spread the good word about your property through one-click buttons on your website for emailing and for social posting. And again, they're looking at the pictures. They're saying, oh, you're going to be putting me into Facebook. Oh, you're going to be putting me into LinkedIn. Oh, you're going to be putting me into Twitter and YouTube. Google Plus is going out, so I'm going to be changing this graphic. But again, we've got 8 different social media sites that there's posting tools within agent marketing that allow you, with a click of a button, you're able to put it into your Facebook, your Twitter, your LinkedIn. And I've had many an agent go, well, Glenn, what if I don't have accounts with Twitter or with LinkedIn? Open them up. It's not like you have to, I don't participate on a daily basis in LinkedIn. In fact, my Twitter account has over almost 9,000 tweets in it now. And I've never tweeted in Twitter once. But what I did was I used technology and I synced my Facebook. I post in Facebook every day. And so whenever I post in Facebook, it automatically posts for me. Not that I have to do it. Automatically for me, it posts in Twitter. There's 9,000 tweets in there. So my point being is you're going to be able to get with relative ease, and that's a class that we're going to have in the future here. How do I post my listings into Facebook, Twitter, LinkedIn, YouTube, Craigslist, Pinterest, Instagram? These are all great social media sites, and we're going to create a report for our client. We're not just going to tell them. I have so many realtors that tell their client, oh, we posted you into 32 different sites. We posted you into 1,000 different sites. And the one major question that comes back from the seller from Glen and Rose is, can you please show me where? And the realtor goes, haven't got a clue. Not that they say it out loud, but in the back of their mind, they're going, I have no idea where it is. When it's in your Facebook, when it's in your YouTube, when it's in your LinkedIn, when it's in your Instagram, you can find it real easily because you know how to log into your account. And we're gonna take those screenshots and put them into a report and send it off to your client and say, so what do you think of me now? I just put you into 8 of the busiest social media sites, and you can go find them and you can see how they look. So kind of a cool thing. So Glenn and Rose, we're going to tap into social. We're going to give you great exposure by putting you into social media sites. Glenn and Rose, I'm going to give you featured property status. To further draw buyers to your property website, I, your rockstar agent, I will feature your property on my personal website, as well as on my Facebook business page. So again, something that's a future class, you get a free personal website. So for those of you that don't have a personal website to send people to, which shows all of your, that says something about you. What do you do for buyers? What do you do for sellers? But it should give you them all these different tabs of all the buyer resources. What resources do you have? Oh, you provide up to 10,000 down payment assistance. Oh, you can help people buy for 1% of the purchase price. Oh, you've got, you can help them search for a home. There's all sorts of tools that you can have on your personal website. What do you do for sellers? Oh, well, for sellers, I create property websites. I give them mobile applications. I give them up to 9 different brochures. I mean, these are all tabs that you can have on your personal website to highlight what you do for buyers and for sellers. You're going to put their listing on your personal website, and you're also going to be able to put it on your Facebook business page. Kind of a really cool thing, and it's automatic from agent marketing. Glenn and Rose, international buyers continue to invest in U.S. property. Your property would be accessible to them online, and your website can be instantly translated into, we need to change that from 8 languages to 66 different languages. So for example, if we were at the property website, let's go find, here it is, here's the property website. If you go down below, and again, here's some social posting tools down here, but if you go down below, at the very bottom, you see where it says select language. Well, let's look at Spanish. So we come over here to Spanish. Now what we see is all the tabs, everything is now in Spanish. The description's in Spanish. The features are in Spanish. Kind of a cool thing. Since I don't know how to read Spanish, I'm going to change it back to English. But again, you're telling them through your flip book, you're telling them that you can get their property website can be translated into one of 66 different languages. Glenn and Rose. I, your Rockstar agent, I'll produce a full motion virtual tour that'll be featured on your website. Oop, you clicked the wrong button. We did that one already. Featured status. International, here's where we are. Glenn and Rose. To stimulate immediate interest in your home, I, your Rockstar agent, will email an announcement called an e-postcard. I sent that to you at noon today, 7 hours prior to meeting you, with a link to your website. I'm going to send it out to other key agents in my office. I have, an office full of wonderful agents that are friends. I'm going to send it out to other potential buyers that are in my database and about the availability of your property. I also would ask that you, Glenn and Rose, that you take the email that I sent you and that you send it out to your family, to your friends, to your business associates, letting them know that your home is for sale. Perhaps they know someone or someone in the family might be interested in purchasing your home. Glenn and Rose, please let me know if you have any questions and when we can get started marketing your home. You sign my listing agreement today, I can start marketing your home tomorrow. So with that, again, let's just go back here to the, you'd answer any questions that they might have at this point in time. You would then, you've gone through your 7 steps in the killer listing presentation. I would follow up if they don't sign your listing agreement. What I would do then is I would follow up with 6 drip pieces. And again, depending upon when they said they thought they were going to be listing their home. So for example, what do I mean by, if I were you, I would, let's go to my master lead sheet. I'd be putting their name in, their address, and I would be focusing on the right side of the spreadsheet where it says, what was the date that I delivered my listing presentation? And then I would be doing 2 drips and a phone call. 2 drips and a phone call. The distance or the time frame between these two depends on when they said they were going to be listing. If I went on Thursday night at 7 p.m. and they said they were not going to make a decision for another month, well, I've got 6 drip pieces. So for a month, I would probably do 2 a week and then call. 2 a week, call. 2 a week and call. Just staying in front of them, making sure that they're still making their decision. When I called, how's it going? How about those Bears? How about those Bulls? How about, are we ever having Major League Baseball again? Just, and how about your home? Are you still planning on, putting your home on the market at the end of the month? Or if they said, no, we're going to make a decision this, a week from now, I'd send them a drip piece every single day, reminding them of what you've already created. And so again, if we walk over here to, I'm going to show you what the drip pieces look like. So here's the virtual tour. Each one of these comes from what's called the seller's email. The seller's email has 6 different items in it. So the very first one is the virtual tour. Remember, I've already created a beautiful virtual tour of your home. Take a tour of your home. Check out this virtual tour that I've created for you. Click the link below and watch it come to life. Well, this was yesterday's virtual tour. So if we want the virtual tour for our client at 10801 Crystal Spring Drive, because they're going to make a decision in a week, and we want to send this out to them the following day, you're going to come over here to your agent marketing. You're going to go to your tools. So let's see if we can get back to where we need to be. Okay. So let's go back to your list. Here's 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. We're going to go to Tools, and we're going to go to the seller's email. All of the follow-up drip pieces come from the seller's email. Remember, we looked at listing presentation, the 17-page flip book. Remember, we send out the property e-card. That was sent out at noontime, the day of your presentation. Remember, over here we did the property flyers, and we printed 9 different flyers. Now we're down here at the seller's email. And when you click on the seller's email, it's going to give you 6 different boxes: property website, virtual tour, QR code, text codes, send emails, and share listing. So first one on your template, because I'll send you out the template, is virtual tour. So click virtual tour. So here is the virtual tour loading. And let's just block it so that we can capture it. So then come over here to, I always use Jing. Download its free software, it's screen capture software. Take Jing, upper left corner. Actually, I'm gonna start it over. Let's cancel that. What I want is I want the front of the house. So now I'm gonna go get Jing. Freezes the frame for me, upper left, lower right. Capture it, copy it, go to your Word document. Go to your drip material, and when you left click, out come the blue sizers around the perimeter. Very cool. That means the computer's only going to pay attention to what's inside the blue dots. I'm going to right click and I'm going to paste. And there comes in today's 10801 Crystal Spring Drive. If I want to make it a little bit bigger, I can go to the corner and drag it. There it is. Again, I want then the link to make it come alive. That was yesterday's. So highlight that, go back to agent marketing, go grab the link up here for your virtual tour. That was from the seller's email. Copy it, go back over here to your Word template and paste. Very cool. And come to the back side here and just hit the return key, give yourself a little space. Put in your phone number in the yellow area here. May I please have 30 minutes of your time to show you all the marketing tools that I have to sell your home quickly, profitably, in a hassle-free manner. You might want to change that because you've already had a listing presentation, you're following up with them. You're reminding them that you've created a virtual tour. You're reminding them, make it come alive. You're reminding them at the bottom here, may I please stop by and have you sign my listing agreement. You will not be disappointed in my marketing. I can be reached at whatever your phone number is. That goes out on Monday. Well, that was actually, Thursday was your first, was your meeting with them. That goes out on Friday. Okay, mobile application. All this remains the same. Remember, I've already created a mobile application for your home. This allows potential buyers to see the beauty of your home. You can tell them more than 50% of the buyers use services. Try it. All you have to do on this one is just take out the previous text number from your other property website and put in the one for Crystal Spring Drive. That's 911404. Very cool. With that, you're going to copy this and you're going to put it into an email and shoot it off to them. I can't imagine if you do a listing presentation that you're not going to have that person's email. If for some reason you don't, US Post Office it to them. But time is of the essence. They're going to make a decision in a week. Same thing on the very first one that you did on Friday. You're going to copy this. Do not make it an attachment. Please put it into the body of the email. People look at colors. People look at things that have addresses of their home. People do not always open up attachments. So put this into the body of the email and email it to them. So that's your first, that's your second follow-up, mobile. Now for the e-postcard. To spread the good word about the many benefits and features, I have already created an e-postcard that can be sent out to other agents by me, and you will send it to your family, to your friends, and to your business associates. Okay, so let's go get the e-postcard for your particular property in Crystal Spring Drive. So again, we go to our dear friend, the seller's email. The seller's email, we're looking for the e-postcard. E-postcard happens to be under send emails. So here it is. Again, if you don't like the color green, you can always change it to blue. That's more purple. Blue. You can add more images by clicking additional images. But the point being here, let's get it into a point where control minus. And what we're going to do is we're going to get enough of the screen where we can take a picture of it. So again, you could go even smaller if you like, control minus. Just trying to get as much as we can into the screen capture. Left click, upper right, upper left, lower right. Capture it, copy it. Go back to your Word document, to your drip material. Left click, out come the sizers, all these little blue sizers around the perimeter. Right click and paste. Again, you can make it bigger if you like. And so again, now that you've got the e-postcard, reminding them that you've already created this, again, may I please stop by with my listing agreement, have you sign it. We can get started on marketing tomorrow. My phone number is this. Property website. Don't forget that I've already created this really cool property website. This is drip material number 4. So again, it says, check out the property website there's your link. Well, let's first do the image. Left click, out come the sizers. Let's go back over here to agent marketing. Let's go to the seller's email. Here's the property website. Click on the blue link, my property website. Okay, let's grab Jing again. Let's go upper left, lower right. Let's capture it, let's copy it, let's go back to your drip material. Let's right click, let's paste. And now we've got the property website of our subject property, except that's not the link. Highlight the link, go back to agent marketing, copy the link that's up in your browser, copy it, go back to your template for drip material and paste. Hit the return to enter key, give yourself a little space. And now once again, you got another piece, copy it, paste it into an email and shoot it off to them. You're staying in front of them. They're trying to make a decision by the end of the week. You want to stay top of mind. Drip number 5, QR codes. Remember, I've already created a few QR codes that more tech-savvy buyers can scan and download the complete property website of your home into their smartphone. They are on all of your brochures, and we can use them for magazine or newspaper advertising. Again, not that I think you're going to really use it, but it's a touch point, making sure that they realize that you've got this and maybe the other realtors don't have it. So where do you get your QR code? All of the drip material comes from the seller's email. Go back over to agent marketing. Let's go to the seller's email. Seller's email. I want to bring this back up to 100%. There we go. So the QR codes are right here. Click on them for 10801 Spring Drive. Grab Jing, upper left, lower right. Let go of the mouse. Capture it, copy it. Go back over here to your drip material. left click, out come the sizers, right click, paste, replaces it, boom, you're done. Copy it, paste it into an email, send it out to your client. Lastly, nothing to change here. You're basically just telling them, remember, it's very important that your home's listing be posted into 8 of the busiest social media sites, such as you see down here, Facebook, Pinterest, LinkedIn, Twitter, and I will do that for you. You can reach me at, there's my phone number. May I please stop by with my listing agreement. So again, this would be, I would be putting this into my master lead sheet. There is nothing to say that you shouldn't be calling them every couple of days just to see how their decision making is going. Again, that's if you're there making it in a week. If they said they were making it for a month, you might be calling them once a week. Do 2 drips, in a week, and then call. Do 2 more drips and then call. So again, you can keep track of, and you can put comments on the far right-hand side as to how often or when they expect to list the house. Going back to our agenda for today. We've looked at the master lead sheet and the follow-up drip pieces. In the time that remains, I'm not going to go through, I'll do this at the beginning of the next class. I'm going to show you at least what it looks like. If I was dripping and calling, and all of a sudden on my last call, say it was a Friday, and the client said, thanks so much for all your reminders. Rose and I are going to be making a decision on Sunday as to who we're going to list with. You know what I'm doing on Saturday or Sunday? I'm delivering a 32-page post-listing. I can't even say flyer. It's going to be a nice brochure highlighting you and their home, and it's going to be in a clear front cover. So let me show you what that looks like, and we'll create it next week. It'll take you all of maybe 10 minutes to create. But if for 10 minutes a time on a Friday, such that you become the winner on Saturday or Sunday, well worth the 10 minutes. So let me just show you what it looks like. It's really the 201 things that you do as a realtor. They need to appreciate why is it that you're asking for whatever your commission is. And so what you're going to do is you're going to put, the front is going to be their property website. And then it's going to have the name of their website. And then it's going to have their text number, whether it's 911-404, or if you've renamed the name of the text number into a literal, meaning their street. This happens to be on River Lea. If we put in Crystal, we could have put in Crystal in here. Enclosed, you'll find my 201 steps that I've created to help sell your home fast and for top dollar. Please review this package before before making your final decision. With that, again, I'm not going to go through page by page because it's a 32-page document, but you'll see that we have a template next week. We make it real easy. It's called Find and Replace, using Word, Find and Replace, and we get everything changed around in the document within 10 minutes. And it says that as you look through this package, you're going to see my 201 proven steps, questions you should always ask a realtor, and so much more. You'll sign your name in blue ink. You'll put your picture in there. The system will automatically put your name in here. This is going to be your mission statement, your core values about how honest and full of integrity you are, that you're going to continuously improve on your services. Here's the 201 things that you do. Now, some realtors have gone through and said, Glenn, I don't do 5 things. What's 5 minus 201? That's 196 things. Well, again, one of the steps next week you'll see is that you can change. There's like 3 different places where it mentions 201. So we find and replace, we'll change 201 to 196. I tell them it's a Word document. The 5 things you don't do, delete them. It'll automatically renumber. And so then they'll have 196 things. You guys, again, can read through this as to what it is that you do. But again, it's helping the client understand you're serious about marketing their home. This is what you do. It's not a verbal anymore. It's in writing. through the cheat sheet, if you have any credentials, because all agents are not created equal, if you have designations, we're going to put the designations in. If you have no designations, it's a Word document. You will delete this page. Therefore, now all of a sudden, it's not a 32-page document, it's a 31-page. You're going to give them easy exit. You're giving some suggested questions for other agents. You're going to go fact versus fiction. You're going to let them know the 5 essential ingredients for a successful sale is condition, location, market, terms, and price. And you're going to go through each of those. And then what you're going to be doing is tell me more about what you're concerned about, Mr. and Mrs. Seller. I want to make sure that you're happy. Are you not concerned or very concerned about advertising, open houses, showing procedures, multiple listing, pricing, closing costs, commissions, security? You probably have some concerns with COVID-19 right now. What are the benefits of proper pricing? Not too high, not too low. What are the drawbacks of overpricing? What about texting? Remember, I've got this really cool mobile application that we've created for you that's going to get buyers from drive-by buyers in the neighborhood. I'm also going to create a Facebook listing page. I'm also going to be doing internet exposure. You will probably not do this because I don't teach it about your neighborhood Facebook fan page. I'm going to help you with contract and negotiation. I'm going to dismiss some common real estate myths. I want you to write down any questions you might have that I can address. And last but not least, tell me why you bought this house 5 years ago, 10 years ago. What did you fall in love with? I want to make sure that I capture that in the remarks in the MLS. Isn't that kind of cool, asking them what they love about their house? And last but not least, I'm going to make sure that the people come through your house are pre-approved and are the type of people that can afford your home. And with that, we're almost at the end here. There is an elite program. We're going to go into it more next week, where agent marketing will create the property websites for you for a small fee per month. I personally, if I was a realtor, I would be using it because I'd rather spend my time prospecting and marketing and let somebody else do the $10 an hour work. My expectations for doing all this crazy marketing for and with you is that you at least add my team, Tony Marino, Tanya Reyes, and myself, to your lending team. Please look in Google, go to the Marino lending team and give us a Google review. And if anybody's interested in doing video marketing, I love doing video marketing with anybody that is doing business with us. Let's check in, and again, all of these classes have been recorded at https://gmarino.valuedlender.com. What I'd like you to do, let's check the chat box to make sure that there's any comments or questions. Not sure if I'm on mastermind emails. Could you make sure that and send me the IDA Excel sheet? Absolutely, Barb. We'll do that for you after this class. You guys have been great. I appreciate you all being here. If you have any questions and you want to privately text me, privately message me, privately email me, feel free to. I will give you an hour of my time, put it into my calendar, and help grow your business. You help grow mine. You have a great day, and thanks for being here today.